it makes sense. Hey, when you making bands, can make fans. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Hey, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin to get us started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Vikings' 49-yard line.
Let's go! Hey, come on. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll run with Miller. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Jackson from the shotgun. Complete. It's Irvin. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. A first down carry now for Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 28-yard line.
Ready. Check, 59. In the face. Tighten up.
On second and 12, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Von Miller in there for a big milestone in this game. That's sack number 198 of his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer Reggie White for second place all time. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them, but they'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Good work. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go. 15 line. Double tight, guys. Double tight. Ready.
Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Hey! 47, Mike, 47. Get that! Hey! I-7. 47's the Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. Let's go, D. Check 3.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Ready? 18, Gator. 36. Hey, Alpha. Push him back. Watch the eye. Hard. Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 8.
Better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. Mike 36. Mike 36. Hey, that QB's trash. Hey, Foxtrot. 36 to Mike. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you on.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Number 53, 953. Watch the kick.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Ravens 10, Vikings nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Hey, wahoo! You must be dreaming. Check your hot read. Under 10, under 10, 10. Shoot!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. Bravo!
Back to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matt Judon in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And taken right on the 30. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Mike is 59, Mike the 59.
They'll run on 1st down. Miller. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
36.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield, then gets intercepted.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Lets it fly for Thielen, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Wild now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go with Urban to start the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Jackson, man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Robert Foster, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alec Ogletree gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Running from the gun, Johnson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Go!
47-yard line.
57.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Alec Ogletree, his 2nd sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we've
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Now Jackson on first down. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Irvin. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Ravens.
On first down, Miller shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now Jackson. And he will find Hurst in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 37. Check 37. X3. 218. Chopper. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Hey, Zoo. Hey.
2nd and 11. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Greystone, Travis. Buzz, Buzz. 47's the mic, boys. 47. Check, check. 47.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Hey, Haywood. Fight.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether it's one safety, sometimes you get 2 guys in there, either run routes at them so they have to cover them, or somehow freeze them by running underneath them and hoping to draw them towards the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
It's just me and you.
And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
6-man. Check Burrow. Check.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down.
Let's go now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
10 carry now for Lamar Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Mike 59.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. And watch the legs.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Check 26, check 81.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Guys, out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Kill.
Jackson on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Open man here is Foster. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and sneak it here. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
On 1st down, Irvin. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
Number 53, Mike 53. Who that?
From the 22, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now. Because you're exactly.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Miller with 1st down and more. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it. This is Irvin. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Irvin. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 66, Vikings 21.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play caller because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 17. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it with Miller, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Hey, 50's the mic, 50's the mic. Too little, let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
He's coming, double up.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back and laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me back. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet,